those deaths I failed to prevent. Feel pretty awful right about now. Can't help thinking I could have done more. Now Toussaint's left without a ruler, or more accurately, chaos rules here. Hand in hand with despair. That just won over people's hearts. All Beauclair now weeps for her.
A mass outburst of emotion. Well, it seems her subjects have adopted some of their recent ruler's traits.
Why the sarcasm? Thought you liked Donna Henrietta.
I did. And I do truly rue her passing.
Me too.
Then let us drink.
Always seemed to me you were a very complicated creature by nature. Not one to resort to such simple methods like drinking your worries away.
There exist worries for which they're quite simply, it's no other medicine.
Whatever you say about Siona, you gotta admit, she was unbending.
That she was. I do admit it. Though, in her case, it would have been better if she had been a tad more philosophical, pausing from time to time to reflect on the propriety of her actions.
True.
How do you find my personal brew? Not too strong?
Just right.
Credit the local mandrake of the Alrauna diabolus variety for that. The tubers which grow in this area's volcanic soil have an altogether unique flavor profile and display a remarkably uncommon dark brown tint.
Fascinating. All I can say is this batch turned out excellent.
Indeed. It might be wise to stockpile some roots for the future. Would you care to accompany me?
You decide to go root picking now? It's dark out.
Geralt, even were I generously to assume it had simply slipped your mind that I am a vampire and thus need no light to see, I'd never believe you had also forgotten that you likewise have absolutely no trouble seeing in the dark. So, shall we?
Yeah, fine, let's
If you think
go.
it's a good idea, let's go. But I think you might be forgetting one thing. Fresh mandrake root of this variety is highly toxic, even to a witcher.
Ah, not a problem. I never forget matters of safety and hygiene in alchemy. Here, gloves and a mask. Don them, and you shall be in no danger.
Thanks. Right then, let's go.
Why is this still going on? Why is this still going on? Wait, where are the gloves at? Are they in key items or something? Like quest items? Glove for picking mandrakes. Oh, what? It just went back to my armor. And the mask.
That makes me oh so dreamy.
Penny for your thoughts. Let me guess. Succubus twins?
No, I was thinking about, oh, how anything can look interesting when properly lit.
Even an old necrophage corpse?
You've not an ounce of refinement in you, have you?
Collect mandrake roots. Why is this like the last part? Oh, there we go. Wait a second, I picked up mandrake before and it wasn't poisonous. I think this game is BSing me here. With one final task. I hope I don't have to fight anything. Because I don't want to sharpen my sword right now.
Now, where'd that bloodsucker go? Won't be easy to track down. He's a vampire after all. Regis!
Okay, what the heck is he going on about now?
Damn it, where'd you go?
Is he going to turn into something where it's like, I blame you for killing my friend?
Regis!
You didn't have to do that. Now I'm gonna have to kill you.
Damn it, where'd you go?
I am gonna have to fight stuff. Man. Alright, give me a second while I get some repair stuff going on here. Alright, there we go. Wait, that was a steel sword, wasn't it? Oh. I guess I didn't have to fight anything. That was completely useless.
Those Bruxay, they called you a traitor.
Alas, we've a very simple code of honor, we vampires. So simple you might call it trivial. Either one is with us, unconditionally, regardless of the circumstances, or
Won't let it go, will they?
they will not. Fortunately, we've another rule, an unwritten one, and just as trivial as the first. It is neatly summarized in the saying, out of sight, out of mind. That is why I must leave Toussaint. For a vastly long time, most like.
Yeah, I get it.
Let us make for my camp. I've an overwhelming desire to have another drink. Supreme bouquet. Firm, defined beginning, then develops gently, rising to a startling finish. Don't you think?
Not much of a connoisseur.
Then it is high time you started your education. After all, the Corvo Bianco vineyard is now yours. By the way, I left a gift for you at your new home, on the nightstand.
Thanks. Mind telling me what it is?
A trifle. That will nonetheless be useful should you need mutagens. Incidentally, have you thought about what you'll do with your prize? Shall you hang your swords over the mantle and take to pruning vines?
Don't really know yet. I'd find the life of a hard-working vintner too tempting one day. Or maybe I'll just stick to the path, go on roaming, staring up at the stars after laying my bedroll at the roadside.
Ah, roadsides, bedrolls, and the sky above. I sense some poetry coming on, which of course brings to mind Dandelion. I can remember a night, not too far from here if I'm not mistaken. We hid in a cave while a blizzard raged all about. Does that sound at all familiar?
How could it not? We just set off to rescue Ciri from Vilgefortz.
Oh, our encounter with Vilgefortz. That is something I do not remember so fondly. But that first stay in Beauclair, far calmer than this one.
Seemed like a land straight out of a fairy tale back then. Its sole problem, cellars too small to accommodate all that wine.
Appearances, Geralt. Appearances, like Mamoons and Dopplers, deceive. So what did become of Vilgefortz?
Killed him. Sure wasn't easy, though. What about you? Any idea where you'll go?
Distance is of the essence. I thought I might venture south.
Nilfgaard?
Why ever not? The Nilfgaardians are a modern society. None there believe in vampires anymore. This fact alone could be very useful to one wishing to remain incognito.
Interesting point of view. I so don't feel like going anywhere. Sit here a while longer?
So we shall, my friend. We have witnessed, and in fact on several occasions incited, many great and weighty events. After all that toil, I believe we deserve a bit of a rest.
That we do.
as he looks in the camera, he looks directly at the player, be like, "We deserve a rest." That we do. Looks at camera. Meaning to say that that's probably a very, very good indication that CD Projekt Red is trying to tell the players directly, we don't want to make any more of these games. We went all out with The Witcher 3. We had huge DLC, one that was pretty big, and this Blood and Wine that was ginormous. I mean, the story missions alone take up so much time. It's just incredible. This is really how most games should be doing DLC, which is basically opening up whole new sections, completely new quest lines, and keeping the gameplay, basically the same. But it's not like that for other people, But yeah, CD Projekt Red, basically that was good. Having Geralt look at the camera and be like, "Yeah, we need a rest." So, no more Witcher games, I'm afraid. I mean, no more Witcher games if you don't count the fact that they were making Gwent, the card game, available as a standalone game by itself. It will never work. It will never work. It's just that there's just, I mean, I don't understand why they even trying to do that. It's not going to compete with Hearthstone. There's just too many players of Hearthstone. Gwent is never going to work. I don't even know why they're trying. It's kind of embarrassing, actually, if I'm perfectly honest. It's kind of embarrassing. But hey, you never know. It could become a pretty big thing, or it could not. You never know. I don't know. My assumption is that Gwent, the card game, isn't going to be that good. But what do I know? I never played it to begin with, so it could be fun. But yeah, that wraps up The Witcher 3 Wild Hunts DLC, Blood and Wine. A really good story, really good gameplay, really good area. They stuck with the theme well, and they had the story that was really great. And it seems to me, as everything kind of went on, that ending with the Duchess being killed was kind of unavoidable. So I might have to look up that up early, see if there's a way to get a better ending or something. But it didn't seem like anything you did would probably influence that. But I should also mention about how nobody is really watching these videos, and honestly, it's kind of time that I stop recording for a good long while. Maybe just because I can't compete with larger channels, or people have become uninterested in my stuff, even though I constantly get new subscribers. That's the thing that still baffles me to this day, is that even though nobody watches these videos, I still get 1 or 2 new subscribers a week, basically, on average. And it's really just does not make any sense to me whatsoever how that happens. It continues to happen, and yet still no one really comments or watches videos that I do. So my theory is that it's probably because I set The Legend of Zelda Voyager as Time as a video that people see when they actually click on my channel. And so they say, "Oh, hey, Zelda, I like Zelda," and then they subscribe, and then it's like, "Oh, well, he doesn't really do any other Zelda stuff." So then they just don't watch, and they just forget to unsubscribe, or I don't even know why they bother subscribing if the entire Zelda game is already done. I mean, normally you'd want to subscribe to somebody so you'd be caught up. Yeah, that's the thing I don't get, is that you subscribe to a YouTube channel, you subscribe so you'd be informed about any kind of about the latest videos that they upload or something. So you would know when they would happen. You can watch the videos as soon as you can. But if you're going to subscribe and not watch the latest videos that they're doing, I mean, I don't understand completely why that happens. And it just baffled me to this day that nobody comments, nobody watches. So, taking all that into effect, it's kind of like, well, I should probably stop recording for a while, for a good long while, because I don't know what I can record that people would want to see. I could ask, but then probably no one will care enough to actually respond. I could be like, oh hey, what should I record? What do people want to record? What do people want to see me play? And it's like, well, I have a feeling that no one's going to actually respond. And I'll just probably feel pretty embarrassed while asking the question, so I'm not even going to bother doing that. So it's not a huge deal, but I suppose that I'll stop LPing and doing all this stuff for a good bit, as it really hasn't really gotten anywhere. I mean, I am close to 1,000 subscribers, which is kind of cool. I mean, I'm at 931 as I speak on this day. But obviously, like I said, subscribers don't really mean anything to me unless people actually watch and comment on the videos. So it's kind of odd how that kind of works out. But all in all, I think I'll stop recording. So unless I see some like major increase on my channel or something, but I I highly doubt that's the thing that's gonna happen. Cause you know, bigger channels just keep getting bigger and getting more people watching, while people like me who have people subscribe to them don't necessarily really care if another channel is gonna be doing it as well. They're more they're more like upbeat and more wacky, wow, and doing all these fake stuff. Wow, man, wow, like look at me, I'm like overreacting to everything. I got a face cam, I'm having all these crazy expressions. Wow, look at my wacky expressions. I play these horror games. Oh man, isn't that totally bodacious? I don't know what I'm saying, but yeah, it's like, how can I compete? People putting on fake accents. What am I saying? Accents. People probably don't put on fake accents, although I wouldn't put it past them. No, they put on fake expressions, fake personalities, just as they're acting. So, but I mean, as I've always said, recording these videos really haven't really been. There's really been a lot for me, honestly, just because it has to help with my speaking. I remember saying that like on the first couple of videos I did, because I always have a problem speaking like without stuttering and everything. So I was like, oh well, you know what, a good way to practice talking and stuff without stuttering? Recording videos. And you know what? That's exactly worked. I've done much better like speaking without stuttering or having to say or being lost in conversation. So I think I've accomplished my goal of definitely helping myself with speaking. So that's pretty much been accomplished, and I think I'm definitely better at talking than I was when I first started recording new stuff. So I'm mission accomplished to help myself out. And I thought, like, well, if I can entertain people as well, and maybe if I can entertain people with some stuff, then that's a bonus too. But it seems that bonus has faded to obscurity, as nobody really watches these things anymore. And I'm kind of wondering like how long these credits are going, because I'm kind of getting tired of talking right now, and about to just be like, the DLC was great. Basically, I give it like a solid 9 out of 10. They did everything great in it, and I'm pretty much done with speaking. If you have any suggestions, I'd say comment, but I mean, I know you're not, so why even bother at this point? I might as well just go ahead and let it go. But if you did somehow manage to make it this far, I should thank you for watching. And yeah, there's co-founded by European Union. Oh god, the European Union. Oh god, that's awkward. That's funny how that came up, because literally just yesterday, just to give you the time frame, the British left the EU. So, oh my god, whoa, what is this? Phew, that's a lot of people, right? So now that we've been properly introduced, we'd like to thank you one last time. Blood and Wine is the end of the Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. We wanted to call it Sweat and Tears, or Damn We'll Miss This. But we couldn't. However, as a studio, we've already embarked on other adventures. We'll promise you'll hear about them soon, and Geralt will always have a special place in our hearts. And we hope he'll have a special place in yours. Thank you for playing, thank you for supporting us, and thank you for spending your hard-earned money on our game. Unless you pirated it, you piece of shit. We hope you had fun. Love, CD Projekt Red. Wow, I didn't even press anything. Whoa! Love memory of Carolina Grochowska. Sorry. I guess it's inevitable that someone is probably gonna die if you kind of work on a game for this long. Wow, I didn't expect that at all. That was a message from the developers. That was a message from CD Projekt Red.
Actually, I'd love to go home.
Should I stop now? I'll go home real fast. We'll see what kind of prize our vampire friend left for us, and we'll end it there. I didn't expect that at all. They didn't do that, but yeah, that's really cool. They had they had a personal message to the player as a final thank you for playing the Witcher games. So I'm guessing what they mean by like future projects. I'm guessing they're probably referring to Gwent, or they're referring to that other game, Cyberpunk something. There's a Cyberpunk in a date, but I know they're working on a game called Cyberpunk something, and that looks pretty fun. I've heard. I haven't seen the trailer, but I heard it's like dubstep crap. So I don't know what the hell. I don't know what the hell they're thinking about that. What do we have going on?
Master Witcher, some unknown individual barged into the residence. I resisted as best I could, but to no avail.
Who is it?
Alas, they did not do me the basic courtesy of introducing themselves.
Unexpected as ever. And beautiful as ever.
Won't you even ask why I've come? Or how I found you?
Wouldn't get a straight answer anyway.
Quite true.
Used to bother me, all your secrets. Now I know if you have something to tell me, you'll tell me. Don't need to ask.
I missed you, Geralt. Madly. Come outside. We can hold hands and stare at the sky, like some shitty two-crown romance.
As the PS4 chugs along, because the PS4 has been on too long.
Brought quite a few books. Let me guess. Working on a new spell?
Not at all. These aren't grimoires, just pleasure reading. The name of the orchid. A widower for half a year.
Always thought you too busy to make time for something as impractical as pleasure reading.
Because I was. But now I'm not. A few weeks ago, I awoke to the realization that I know not what to do next. I have no plan. I have no goal. And you know what? I like that. Finally, I can stop thinking about politics and focus on what's important to me. Which is why I came here.
Liking Toussaint so far?
The landscape's lovely and the towns are charming, no question about that.
But
But the southern sun plays havoc with my wardrobe. To be blunt, Wear black down here and you're pretty damn hot.
Might need to think about changing your color palette. Off-white and pea green, for instance.
And I'll wear scents distilled from turnips and daisies. I think I shall simply stay in the shade, and you'll bring me cool drinks at regular intervals.
Bring you whatever you want. You know, feels kinda strange having a home.
I must say I never pictured you owning real estate.
Was something of an accident, but I'm not about to complain. Yen, back then, before we fought the hunt, said you wanted to run away with me to the world's end. This vineyard, good enough?
Yes, although there's one thing missing.
Namely,
I shall give you a hint. It's large, white, has 4 legs, category taxidermy.
oh yeah, the unicorn. Fine, you can bring it down here.
I knew you'd see things my way.
Ever thought this day would come? Me and you, peace and quiet, bees buzzing, birds chirping.
I almost regret delaying so long before coming to you. I was quite the silly goose.
You have doubts? Though I imagine it might have been hard coming after me. Always were proud as a peacock.
Please, Geralt. I'm not like other sorceresses to feel that following someone means my wings have been clipped.
Ooh, watch what you say about your colleagues. Remember, it's an ill bird that fouls its own nest.
Well said, Witcher. You're not only handsome, but wise, too. I feel a bit like the cat that got the canary.
Yeah, and I'm... Damn it, you win. This time.
Ha!
How'd that start, anyway? Our duels and wordplay.
Forgotten? It was at a vernissage in Banard. You started it to keep from going mad with boredom. I remember finding your sense of humor both groan-worthy and somehow endearing. Never change, Geralt. I beg you.
So, talk again later?
Of course. I'm not going anywhere.
And that's that. Looks like it. I wonder if you would have romanced other. I wonder if you would have romanced Triss. I wonder if she would have been here instead. Well, who knows? But looks like looks like Geralt gets the woman he wants, and he'll probably just live here for as long as he feels like it. Finally, let's go and check to see what maybe our vampire friend left for us. Letter from Regis. Dear Geralt, if you're reading these words, it means I'm already far beyond the borders of Toussaint, and you have found my multigenitor. No, I have not. Of course, you may dub this instrument however you like, perhaps something more fitting to your taste, blah, blah, blah. I've been working on this device in my spare time, and now as finished, I am convinced. As convinced as an inventor can be before its invention has been used as intended. You're surely wondering what function it's meant to serve. As the name indicates, the mutagenerator generates mutagens. It operates by absorbing literal magical energy waves from bodies, from like monsters and evildoers, and when it absorbs enough so as to be charged a critical amount, the mutagenerator changes the stored energy into a greater mutagen, as I suspect you will make good use of. As you surely understand, I am an amateur engineer, which is why you must forget a lack of ability to direct this operation. Which mutagen emerges is determined at random, meaning you will decide if it's green, red, or blue. Chance yet, I have no other colors tend to alternate by and large. Especially find this gift useful. Emil reads this Rohalik Terazif Godfroy. You might be wondering why I decided to toss a mutagen generator into your home instead of simply handing it to you in person. Well, you must know I did it out of modesty, believe it or not. Take care, Geralt, and may my gifts serve you well. Oh, there it is. It wasn't in here a second ago. So I'm guessing this is something that gives you a random greater mutagen, which is either blue, green, or red, depending on the monsters and the evil stuff that you kill. Which really isn't that useful, honestly, because I can just go into my alchemy settings and I can make a greater mutagen myself by... See, I can just make a greater mutagen by having 3 blue mutagens, and I can make a regular blue mutagen by having 3 lesser blue mutagens. So, yeah, I guess that it could be useful if you happen to not come across mutagens, because they are somewhat rare to find on monsters and stuff. But you know, you kill enough and you'll have plenty. It's not like you can just buy them in stores or anything. But that will be it. That will be it for me. I've said everything I needed to, and I didn't expect this last part of the game, so I'm sure this video will be quite long. But for now, I guess we will end it here. Thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you next time. If I decide to do anything, which may be a while, or it may not.
You smell that? Those are the
Anyway, I'll catch you guys later. Have a good one.